Welcome to the Pennsylvania Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. The presentation is being recorded and will be available within a week at strivescan.com/Pennsylvania. And now I'd like to turn it over to our presenters. And first up is Weber International University.
Good afternoon, everyone. One second here. As Matt said, my name is Amanda Amico with Weber International University. In Bassett Park, Florida. I'm trying to share my Perezi. There we go. So, Weber International University is almost 100 years old. We started in 1927 as an all-women's school here in Central Florida. It was basically like finishing school. We found some old class lists, and it was like balancing my husband's checkbook and mending socks and things like that. So we admitted our first male student in the 70s, and now we have over 800 students. So we're probably one of the smaller schools you'll see today. We are located right in the center of the state of Florida, about 30 miles south of Orlando. So we do ask visitors, guests, or students to fly into Orlando International Airport, where we will happily do shuttle runs. If you and your family are planning on a trip to Florida this spring or summer and you want to come check out Weber and you attend and then go through the process and register and start with Weber, we will scholarship up to $500 of your plane ticket for a visit. So just keep that in mind, because in Florida you can hit at least 2-3 college visits in one day, especially here in Central Florida. So just to give you a quick idea, we are a smaller campus, very rural. We sit on Crooked Lake, which is the third cleanest lake in the state of Florida. We also have a great fishing team that utilizes the lake and travel, as well as paddleboards and kayaks that you are welcome to check out as a student here. So campus life at Weber, as I said, we are very small, about 800 students. But we do have a Starbucks. So that just opened this past January. We have remodeled our cafeteria and student union areas as well. So we have great improvements yet to come onto campus. We are remodeling our library to become our health building as well. So activities on campus, here's just a list of some of our clubs. As the contact information is for our Vice President and Dean of Students, Jay Culver. So feel free, you can reach out to him as well as myself for different activities and scholarships that are issued through those different activities. Weber International University is in the NAIA. We have various athletic programs. Most recently, we've added fishing, esports, and men's beach volleyball. So if you guys are interested in playing any sports, we do give athletic scholarship as well as merit scholarship. You could reach out to me. I'll be sure to put my contact information in the chat box. If you guys would like to be in touch with one of the coaches, just let me know and I'd be happy to make the introduction. So here at Weber, our student to professor ratio is about 23-1. Class sizes typically 20 or less, and we have classes 4 days a week. So Wednesday is your free day. We offer some new health majors. So we have health service administration, so back of house, pre-nursing, occupational therapy assisting. We are the first university in the state of Florida to offer that as a bachelor's degree. And you will get a minor in health service administration with that program. So our application is rolling and free to complete anytime. Use the QR code to get directly to our application page on our website, or we also take the Common App. So feel free to do that. I believe you can apply to up to 10 or 20 schools with the Common App for free. So I strongly encourage you guys to use that as well. And we are a test optional school. I should have mentioned that in the last slide. But we do give merit scholarships for your based off of GPA and test scores. So if you have taken an SAT or ACT, we super score. So that means that we take the highest from each section if you've done 2 or more tests and combine them to give you a better overall average. And that can increase your academic scholarship as well. So we have work study on campus. I encourage you guys to fill out your FAFSA if you have not yet. You can add up to 10 colleges or universities on your FAFSA. And you do have to do the FAFSA every year. So just keep that in mind, or even right now while we're sitting here, add the reminder for every October 2nd. For the next 4 years, you're going to remember to do your FAFSA and get it updated. Again, my name is Amanda at Weber International University in lovely Central Florida. So I encourage you guys to follow us on social media, and reach out with any questions. But I thank you for your time today and enjoy the rest of the presentations.
Great, thank you, Amanda. And next up is Messiah University.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's nice to be visiting with people right from Pennsylvania. Messiah University is located just south of Harrisburg in Grantham, Pennsylvania, right alongside Mechanicsburg. So you can see my contact information there in the bottom corner. I'll throw it up in the chat as well. And it'll come up again a little later on. I serve most of Western Pennsylvania, and you'll have the chance to get in touch with whatever admissions counselor works specifically with the high school or region you're coming from. And I'll be happy to connect them to you if you want to just reach out to me or reach out to our admissions office. Messiah is a Christian liberal arts institution striving specifically to develop students towards maturity of intellect, character, and Christian faith, and specifically combining all 3 of those opportunities with each and everything you brush shoulders with. So intellect isn't only to be developed in the classroom, it's also part of your athletic experience, part of being in theater, part of being in the residence hall, along with all 3 of those areas in preparation for lives of service, leadership, and reconciliation in church and society. We have roughly 2,700 students here on campus, and year in and year out, we have somewhere between 80 to 85% of students living on campus with us throughout their time as students. It's a community-based learning environment and has its own little set-aside area for campus while still being just minutes away from Sheetz, from grocery stores, and just a few minutes away from downtown Harrisburg, where you can go and see minor league baseball, eat at some good restaurants, and do the river walk. Messiah has about 85 different majors and lots of different ways that you can combine those with your interests and your passions. We have a 12-to-1 student to faculty ratio, and our class size roughly averages out to 20. So similarly to what Amanda was saying, it's a great opportunity to get to know your professors well. It's small class sizes, and one of the things I really appreciate about Messiah is the professors' desires to get to know you as more than just a student. All of our departments have budgeted money aside to take students out for coffee, for lunch, to be able to get to know more than just their academic passions, but their personal passions as well. One of the great things about Messiah's education is the opportunity to integrate study abroad with that. You have both semester-long opportunities and cross-cultural 3-week experiences that happen and can be integrated into many different programs of study. About A fifth of our students study abroad every year, and over half have studied abroad by the time they graduate. Beyond the academics, we have over 70 different clubs and organizations for you to take part in during your time at Messiah. One of the things I love about that size that Messiah has is we're a large enough institution to be able to provide many different opportunities for you to be able to join and find your interests within. However, at the same time, we want students to be able to explore interests outside their area of study. That means our wind ensemble has engineers and nurses in it alongside music majors, and our athletics teams have students from every major and honors program and multicultural scholars program, and all the different opportunities to get involved in campus are really, really exciting. We are NCAA Division III team. We have won 31 national titles since 2000 and are continually building to compete at the national level with outstanding fitness center and fields right here on campus. Our student athletes enjoy a lot of opportunities to continue to get better. However, those are also shared by students who just generally enjoy living healthy lifestyles and wanting to stay active and involved with their time during school. Part of being a Christian institution also allows us to intentionally take time and set it aside to allow you to grow spiritually as part of your overall growth while you're away at school. Chapels are one of the ways that Messiah integrates that. However, you also see things like Powerhouse, which you see on my screen right now, which is just a student-led worship session, to smaller Bible studies run by athletics departments, engineering departments, music departments, nursing departments. And then just the desire to be in a Christian environment allows you to have meaningful conversations spiritually with your classmates, with your teachers, and with other members of our community. Service is another key component of your experience at Messiah. With that, you'll find different opportunities for serving in the community and on campus. Our application is both on our website and the Common App. Feel free to reach out to me. You again can see my email there, and I'll drop that in the chat if you have any questions. We are rolling admission, and I'll be happy to connect with you regarding your next steps, depending on where you are in your school year.
Great, thank you, Chad. Next up is Thaddeus Stevens College of Technology.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. My name is Scott Francis. I'm a recruiter here at Thaddeus Stevens College. Appreciate the opportunity to come into your homes, talk to you a little bit shortly about Thaddeus Stevens College. We are located in Lancaster. We're not exactly right downtown. We're on the eastern portion of the town. For those of you that might be familiar with Lancaster, we're out where the outlets are on Old Route 30, better known as Lincoln Highway. We are the only two-year state-owned residential technical college in Pennsylvania. We are state-owned and operated by the state of Pennsylvania. A lot of people don't realize that, but we are a state school. It's a residential college, meaning we have dorms. You can live on campus here. You don't have to, but we do have dorms available. On our main campus, we have 5 dorms, 4 men's dorms and 1 ladies dorm. And we have a branch campus about a quarter of a mile from here that also has dorms there along with some of our programs, and the dorms there are co-ed. We offer an associate degree, a 2-year degree in the trades. We do have some certificate programs, which is a 1-year program, but 99% of what we offer is associate degrees. Basically anything you'd find in a 4-year school, we have it here at Stevens in a 2-year school. It's a 4-year atmosphere in a 2-year setting. As I mentioned, we do have dorms. We have intercollegiate athletics available. So if you're playing at the high school level, and if you feel or if you want to compete or try to compete at the college level, for the guys, we have football, basketball, cross country, track and field, and wrestling. For the females, we have track and field and cross country. We have groups, clubs, activities, student union building, a dining hall, field house, a library. Again, anything you find at a four-year school, we have it here at Stevens in a two-year school. Again, associate degree in applied science is what we offer. Anytime you get that type of degree, you still have to take academics with it, like your math and English, science, social studies, things like that. At Stevens, your academics are going to be geared towards your major, especially in the math portion. So if you would come in, say, as a plumbing major or a machining major, your academics would be a little different than if you would be coming in under one of our other majors. Applications done online, stevenscollege.edu. When you apply, well, let me back up a little bit. You really shouldn't apply until the summer between your junior and senior year. If you're a senior now, you can't apply. Matter of fact, I would urge you to. That's kind of good news, bad news. Good news is we have very small classes. We usually only take about 25 per major, so they fill up very quickly. So if you are a senior, I'd get your applications in right away if you're interested. We look for at least a 2.0 overall average to apply. We will not accept any applications under a 2.0. Naturally, some of the majors we look for a 2.5, but if you have a 2.0, you can apply. SATs are optional. If you've taken them or plan to take them, that's fine. We'll look at those scores. We don't require that. We do have in math, the benchmark is a 530 in the SATs, and in reading and writing a 480. So if you've taken them and you meet those benchmarks, you wouldn't have to take our placement test. If you did not take the SATs or did not meet those benchmarks, you would have to take our placement test, which is basically reading, writing, and math. We send it to you on a computer. You take it at home. You can take it at school, whatever is best for you, and it's free. So that's the application process. Small classes, like I mentioned, just in most of probably 90% of our programs, we only accept 9 or 25. So they do fill up very quickly, but you need the small type of classes with any type of trade for the hands-on. It's very important. We're co-ed, got about 1,300 students. About half live on campus and half live off. The mix male to female is about 85 to 15, male to female. So it's a pretty good mix there. We're fully accredited by middle states, so you can transfer academic credits in and out of Thaddeus Stevens. We have a number of students that do well here. They want to get a bachelor's degree. They'll transfer into a four-year school. All the academics C and above would transfer out of Thaddeus Stevens into a four-year program. About half our students come basically free, all based on financial need, all based on the Pell Grant, which is based on the FAFSA form. So you seniors might be familiar with the FAFSA form. It's a online form your parents or guardians fill out. It'll ask for size of family, income levels, siblings in college, that type of thing. If you qualify for a Pell Grant, we make it up the difference between what you get in a Pell Grant, and we pay that difference, and you come basically for free. I appreciate your time, and I'll hand it back to the main man, Matt.
Great, thank you so much, Scott. Our next presentation comes from Fairmont State University.
Thank you, Matt. Good evening, everyone. My name is Kayla Asbury. I'm an admissions counselor here at Fairmont State University. I'm here to be your guide through the application, admission, and enrollment process at Fairmont State, and I will go ahead and get started with my presentation. Founded in 1865, we are 156 years old this year. Fairmont State University is the oldest public institution in the state of West Virginia. Our student enrollment is just under 4,000, and with a student-to-faculty ratio of about 15:1, the average class size is around 22 students. Fairmont State sits on a charming hilltop campus in Fairmont, West Virginia. Fairmont's located in the north central part of West Virginia. Because we're surrounded by nature, our campus community has unrivaled access to outdoor adventures like hiking, biking, camping, rafting, and climbing, as well as skiing, all within an hour or two drive. We're also close to major cities like Pittsburgh, Columbus, Baltimore, and Washington, D.C. Our campus community regularly travels to these cities for access to world-class arts, shopping, dining, and professional sports. Fairmont State University sits on a 120-acre tree-filled campus. We have a wide range of living options for students, from single suites to quads. All residents at Fairmont State get fully furnished rooms, air conditioning and heat, wireless internet, and high-speed Ethernet at no additional cost. Laundry services are also free to students. Because of our size, campus residents are never more than a short 5 to 10 minute walk from classes, dining, education, and recreation opportunities. There's plenty of parking available on campus, whether you live on or off campus, and students are allowed to have their cars on campus. Your parking permit cost is built into your tuition, and so you won't pay extra. The hub of activity on our campus is our Falcon Center, which is pictured on this slide, which is home to our dining hall, Chick-fil-A, our recreation center, Starbucks, the campus bookstore, and several student services. The Falcon Center is definitely my favorite place on campus. Fairmont State offers over 50 undergraduate degree programs and over 100 programs of study. We offer several programs you can't find anywhere else in the state, including national security and intelligence, community health education, architecture, and the FAA Part 141 flight school. And because of our size, you can get real-world, hands-on experience sooner than you might at larger schools. If you're not sure what to major in, we offer academic pathways that allow students to explore their area of interest while also helping them stay on track to graduate on time. But no matter your major, there's no reason not to be successful at Fairmont State. Our tutoring and testing center services are free to students with no cap on the amount of hours that students take. We offer walk-in and group tutoring. Participating in a club or organization is not only a great way to explore a field you love, but it also helps you build friendships that might last a lifetime. Fairmont State has over 60 clubs and organizations, so you're sure to find one that you're interested in, whether you're into art, politics, sports, outdoor adventure, or a club related to your major. Fairmont State also has a vibrant and active Greek life community with 3 fraternities and 3 sororities. We offer dozens of intramural activities, including solo and team sports. We also offer club sports where our teams compete against club sports from other schools. And we also have a combined 17 sports for men and women. Our Falcons and the fans who cheer them on take on all challengers in the NCAA Division II Mountain East Conference. All students get into all athletic events for free with their student ID. Fairmont State University not only has one of the lowest tuition rates in the state of West Virginia, but also because we have such stellar outcomes, our value is truly unmatched. We offer one of the lowest tuitions in the state and region, plenty of financial aid, academic programs that are structured to help you graduate on time, and unique academic programs you won't find anywhere else. So here's a breakdown of our metro rate tuition. Pennsylvania students qualify for a discounted version of our out-of-state tuition, which is our metro rate, and that is for a total of $20,391 per year. And we also have a brand new scholarship for students that live in Pennsylvania, and that's our Metro Scholarship. So the criteria for that is a 3.5 or higher GPA, ACT 24, or an SAT 1160. And like I said, that is $1,000 per year, and it's a renewable scholarship. If you like what you're seeing and hearing, applying to Fairmont State is fast and easy. The full list is on our website, which is fairmontstate.edu/apply. But here's a quick rundown of what you need. For first-time freshmen, we require a high school transcript with at least a 2.0 high school GPA, official college transcripts, if college credit was earned during high school, and then your immunization records. In response to COVID-19, we have waived the ACT, SAT test score requirement, but we do still encourage students to take that test to qualify for merit-based scholarships. We do not charge an application fee. It is completely free to apply online. We would love to connect with you after today's presentation. The last slide will feature my contact information. You can email, call, or text me to take the next steps to become part of the Falcon family. We look forward to welcoming you home to Fairmont State and showing you why Fairmont State University is your next step toward your life and career goals. Here's my contact information. Please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. Also, please feel free to scan the QR code on the screen to learn a little bit more about Fairmont State.
Great, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next up is Savannah College of Art and Design.
All right, thank you so much. All right, let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys real quick. All right, and here we go. Hey everybody, my name is Brett Sherman. I'm an Assistant Director of Admissions for SCAD based in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And I'm also a SCAD graduate as well. So if you guys have any questions after, feel free to ask. Without further ado, let's get started. So SCAD was founded back in 1978. And really since then, we've grown to become one of the most comprehensive and connected art and design universities in the country. We've obviously certainly grown since then. The university approximately has around 15,000 students representing all 50 states and more than 100 countries. In fact, 25% of our student body is international. We have a ton of different majors to choose from, around 40 different majors and more than 75 plus minors. We offer more programs of study and specialization than any other art and design university in the US. And we truly have a major for everybody, including some of our top majors like animation, interior design, graphic design, film and television, and also fashion. Where you guys will be studying at all of our different locations. SCAD has locations in Atlanta, Georgia, a study abroad location in Lacoste, France, a full-time campus in Savannah, Georgia, and also an online program via SCAD e-learning. And when you're accepted to SCAD, you're accepted to all of our locations. So you can begin your years at SCAD Atlanta in the thriving business and film production hub, and then venture to the peaceful scenic hills of southern France to study at our study abroad campus of SCAD Lacoste. And then circle back across the Atlantic to the historic squares and cobblestone streets of beautiful Savannah, Georgia. And SCAD e-learning is available online wherever you guys feel comfortable. So a ton of different campuses that you guys can choose from. Now, during the short period of time that I have with you guys today, I always like to talk about three things that I like to focus on with you that are going to be important to you if you end up coming to SCAD. So those three things are going to be your professors, technology, and internships. So first up is our professors. So all of our professors at SCAD have to have industry experience to be able to work at SCAD. And all of our professors are masters in your major and all come with great knowledge and also connections to your industry as well. So this is Andrew Reeve-Rab. She is head of casting at CBS for 12 years. She's the one who runs our School of Entertainment Arts, so film and TV performing arts, if you guys are interested in those. So professors are going to play a huge role during your time at SCAD. Also the technology. So all of the technology at SCAD is all top notch. So whatever they're using in the industry for whatever major you guys are going into, you'll be using at SCAD. So whether it be a augmented reality and virtual reality studio, green screen technology, sewing machines, camera equipment, it's all going to be industry standard. So you guys can create all amazing projects to be hired by all of those cool companies after school. As a student, you'll collaborate with leading companies through SCAD Pro, in-house internship opportunity, where students dream up design solutions for global brands. So recently, students have reimagined Disney resorts, pitched the future of advertising to Google, and marketed driverless cars for Volvo. And all of these three things lead us to this one number at SCAD, which is our stellar alumni employment rate number. 99% of our spring 2019 alumni were either employed, seeking further education, or both within 10 months of graduation. So these extraordinary numbers are obviously a testament to our talented and ambitious students like you guys that are coming through, but it also speaks volumes about the quality of a SCAD education. And our SCAD grads come to SCAD with big dreams and end up working at places such as Netflix, Chanel, Pixar, Apple, Spotify, Instagram, and other large companies as well. So you guys are probably thinking, how can I begin my journey to SCAD? Well, you guys can begin right in high school. We offer a few different summer programs for you guys to choose from. One of them is going to be our summer seminar program, which is going to be a 1-week-long workshop style program during the summer. And that's eligible, students that are eligible for that are going to be all years of high school. And then we also have a Rising Star program, which is a 5-week-long program where you're taking 2 college level classes at half price tuition. That's going to be for juniors going to your senior year. If you guys are interested in it as well, we also have dual enrollment through SCAD e-learning, where you guys can get a head start on your taking advantage of classes during your high school years. This is eligible for students if you're above the age of 16. And lastly, just to go over the admission process with you guys, we're on rolling admission at SCAD, so we don't have any harsh deadlines. You can start your application either your junior or your senior year. At SCAD, we are an art school, so we created our own user-friendly application on our website that takes literally about 10 minutes to complete. You don't need to have any of your materials at the time of the application. Following the 10-minute application, where you're giving us basic information about yourself, you're assigned your admission advisor, and that person's going to walk you and your family through all of the next steps. So what we prefer to see coming into SCAD for acceptance, we look for a 3.0 GPA, a 1,080 on the SATs, or a 21 on the ACTs. If you're fall 21, we have waived the SATs. Further than that, we haven't made the decision quite yet. Portfolio is not required to get into SCAD, but we do offer a portfolio scholarship if you would like to submit your portfolio. And also we offer an academic scholarship as well. So if you guys wanted to connect with us, we are offering in-person socially distanced tours right now. And we also have virtual tours where literally a little person will walk you through, pop up on the bottom of the screen and walk you through some of our buildings. So definitely feel free to check us out through a tour. And then right here is my information. If you guys have any questions, obviously you probably do. If you want to reach out to me on a one-on-one basis, I do Zoom meetings, and I'm happy to talk with you and your family, and also do portfolio counseling as well. But thank you guys so much, and hope to welcome you to the SCAD family soon.
Great, thank you, Brett. And next up is Susquehanna University.
All right, well, good evening, everyone. Thank you again for taking some time out of your evening to learn more about the colleges that are being represented tonight. My name is Caitlin Wolf. I'm an admissions counselor at Susquehanna University, which is located about an hour north of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, which is our state's capital, if you're familiar where that is. I'm going to start off just talking about academics at Susquehanna. We are of the arts and sciences, plus we have a really big emphasis on professional preparation in order to give you not just a lifetime of professional success, but truly personal success as well. Susquehanna truly believes that college is essentially a stepping stone between high school and then whatever's next in your life. So whether that be furthering your education or going right into a job in your given field, we want to do our part while we have you for 4 years to prepare you for that as best as we possibly can. One of the ways in which that we are preparing our students for that is due to our smaller class sizes. So we do have a student to faculty ratio of 13:1. The average class size at Susquehanna is about 18, 19 students. So what this means for you is that you're going to be receiving a lot more individualized attention in your classes. Your professor is going to know your name, they're going to know some things about you, and vice versa. You're going to get to know your professor as a person as well, which I think just really helps enhance the overall educational experience. Because of our smaller class sizes as well, our students are getting to do a lot of hands-on experiential learning. So pictured here is some students in our biology department being taken off campus to collect some specimen to bring back to campus for a lab. So professors in our sciences department love to take advantage of our location to the Susquehanna River and to the Penns Creek. And so they're oftentimes taking students off campus to conduct that lab work. Similarly, for our students who are in our business school, this is a photo of students working at Bloomberg terminals, which are the machines used for buying and trading stocks on Wall Street. Students at Susquehanna are getting to use these machines and get certified in using them as early as their first semester of their first year. So just another example of the ways in which our students are learning through doing, which again, I think is important. The final big component of academics at Susquehanna is what we call our Global Opportunities programs, oftentimes referred to as our GO programs. So 100% of students at Susquehanna do study away at some point during their 4 years. And we do offer over 125 different programs for students to choose from. So there are 3 different options that you would have to complete your GO program requirement. The first is what we call a Go Long. So that is your traditional semester abroad. You would be living and learning and oftentimes even interning in another part of the world. So for about 3 months. The other option is what we call a Go Short. So these are obviously shorter trips, about 2 to 4 weeks, and they typically take place over winter break or during the summer. And then the final option is if out of our 125 different programs, you really have your heart set on going somewhere and we do not currently have a program offered there, you are allowed to, and in fact encouraged to work with the folks in our Global Opportunities office to map out your own trip. So just to show you some examples, this is a Go Short to Nepal led by Professor Dave Richard. On this trip, students are getting to do some research at altitude. That's actually Mount Everest behind them. So totally a once in a lifetime opportunity. And this trip does attract a lot of students in our sciences department. However, it is important to point out that you don't need to be a particular major to go on any of our Go trips. Another cool photo of some students in Morocco getting to do cool things like obviously riding on the backs of camels, but students on this trip are also learning a lot about the Arabic culture and immersing themselves in that and learning more what that's all about. Moving back to campus, we are a campus community of about 2,300 students. About half of our students come to us from Pennsylvania, but the other half come to us from a little bit of everywhere. So about 30 different states and 31 different countries. Students are coming to us from far enough away that they are staying here on the weekends and getting really invested in things both on campus and in the community. That's in part due to our large number of student clubs and organizations. So we do have over 150 and that number is always growing. These range from academic clubs where you could connect with students in your same major or same department, to service-based clubs, to fun-based clubs. So I recently learned we have a Nerf gun club at Susquehanna. I don't totally know what happens in Nerf gun club, but that just gives you an idea that there's truly a little bit of everything for our students to choose from. We do also have 23 different Division III sports. School spirit at Susquehanna is certainly very high. Although we are a smaller institution, it's really common to see your professors, faculty and staff, even our president at different sporting events. If you're not interested in being a varsity athlete, we do have many different intramural and club sports for you to choose from. Our rugby team was ranked 4th in the nation a couple of years ago, so still competing at a relatively high level, just without the commitment of being a varsity athlete. And then perhaps the most important number in my presentation tonight is this 96%. So 96% of alumni from Susquehanna are working either full-time or pursuing an advanced degree within just 6 months of graduation. This is a number we're really proud of at Susquehanna, and it is in part due to the hard work that is happening at our Career Development Center on campus. So here you can see a list of internships, graduate schools, and employers of our students. Our Career Development Center is working really hard to connect our students with internships and jobs after graduation. And then finally, just some application requirements. At Susquehanna, we accept either the Common App or our Susquehanna Success app. When you apply, we'll need a copy of your transcript, your SAT or ACT scores. However, we are test optional and we have been long before COVID, so you do have the choice to submit scores or not. We'll need at least 1 letter of recommendation, as well as a personal essay. And the most important part is that every student who is accepted is automatically considered for merit scholarship awards, which range up to $38,000 per year. So thank you all so much for your time again, and I'll turn it back over to Matt.
Great, thank you so much. And thank you to all of our presenters. We now have a few minutes for Q&A, so I will ask them all to come back on screen and respond to this question. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And I'll ask that you go in the order that you presented.
sorry, my coworker and I are sharing space tonight. The best advice, the advice I like to share when especially giving a tour is look into getting a major and a minor. The minor doesn't take much more to get. You have to fill elective credits anyway, and it sets you up better than imagine for your first job right out the gates. And also look at big, little, and small schools. So you saw quite all three of those options tonight. So I wish you guys all the best of luck.
Thank you to everyone who's still hanging around at this point and spending your evening with us. My biggest piece of advice that I try to give to all the students that I get the privilege of working with is just to, really have meaningful discussions with the people around you who have made big choices in their life before. I recognize for a lot of you high school students, this may be one of the first big choices you're trying to take on. And whether it's teachers or coaches that you look up to, parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles that you respect and look up to, people who have had the experience making big choices before, talk to them about what they think you should be thinking of. And it'll be a great way for you to get some really good insight on how to approach this opportunity of choosing a college.
I always urge a high school student to visit as many colleges as they can. I know it's tough in this day and age. Hopefully, starting this summer and in the fall, they'll be able to actually get on campus, different campuses, take a look at the school. I think that's very important. You have to like where you're going to be for 2 to 4 years, sometimes longer than that. And I also urge them to make certain that you compare apples to apples when you finalize your different colleges that you might be looking at. Compare apples and apples regarding price, placement rate, those types of things. Thank you.
I would say ask as many questions as you can, especially as you work with an admissions counselor or go on a tour. There's really no such thing as a stupid question. Really just ask all the questions that you can think of, like rack your brain, because it's better to be better prepared than, have a question that you didn't answer because you were nervous or something. So we're here to help.
Yeah, I was going to piggyback off of Kayla's answer. We have a job for a reason, and we work at each of these schools because we're super knowledgeable in the schools. So definitely connect with your admission representative from each of your schools, get as many Zoom appointments or in-person meetings with them as possible. And then also what Scott kind of said is, stepping foot on campus, it's like second to none. So, when you can, visit campus, like a lot of times they talk about that feeling, right? Like that feeling when you're on campus. And I'm a huge a proponent of that. That's how I made my decision to go to SCAD. Definitely visit as many schools and get that feeling and see if it feels right in your gut.
Yeah, I agree with what everything that was said. The other piece of advice that I would give is to literally make a list of everything that you're looking for in a school and to kind of narrow down your search process using that. This is going to be a place where you're staying for up to 4 years. And so you want it to be somewhere that you're going to, enjoy your time, but also a place that you're going to feel confident that you're going to be able to land a job or get into grad school after you graduate as well.
Great, thank you all. That does take us to the end of this session. So I want to say thank you for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey, and we'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. This is just one of many sessions being hosted, so please be sure to sign up for additional sessions. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as others at strivescan.com/Pennsylvania. So thank you all and enjoy the rest of your evenings.
Good seeing everybody. Thanks, Matt.
Thank you so much, guys.